Greetings, everyone. Hopefully, you've had an excellent week. Don't know how things are weather-wise where you are located, but wow, here in Kearney at UNK, the snow's starting to melt this week. It's amazing what a week change will bring in terms of weather. Things are really looking pretty good around here right now, but we'll see what happens in the next week for sure. The purpose of this brief video is for me to make a few comments about this last week's assignment on variables, purposes, and hypotheses, and to talk just a little bit about our work this next week. I hope that you've taken the time to read the general feedback comments from this last week's assignment, as well as individualized comments in the Grade Center. My best hope is that my written feedback through these means has been helpful to you and assists you in your work in this class. I apologize for the nature of this last assignment and for some of them that we've designed for the course. The assignments are based upon some pretty basic knowledge, and it may seem that all you're doing is regurgitating what's in the book, in our textbook, but there's certainly a reason for this. These kind of basic knowledge is essential in establishing a foundation for research concepts that we'll be applying in later assignments. And it may seem like you're merely repeating some of the same things in your replies to everyone every time that I teach this course. We have conversations that suggest something like, wow, I really don't know what to say to 4 different classmates because everything is kind of the same. Well, yes it is, and that's okay. My best hope, though, is that this kind of assignment helps to put in place some basic knowledge, again, that I think is pretty important for us to apply it later on as we talk about research and apply the concepts we've been studying in this course. Now, please note, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I would appreciate it if you did not post the next week's report prior to reading feedback from the last week. On this particular assignment, there were a number of assignments that were posted that really did not reflect any changes in the basic way the assignments were put together from the last week. And in each of those instances, everyone's been provided feedback to make some needed changes. So I'd encourage you to make sure that you look at the Grade Center comments, my general comments, and feedback through video prior to your next postings. It's certainly okay to think ahead, and I would encourage you to do so. That's one of the reasons that we've posted everything ahead in this class in terms of the assignment content, but I'd ask that you not post ahead of time because you really need to incorporate the feedback that I'm going to give you on an individual basis, and that certainly just needs to be done. Most of you are really doing a good job of mastering the APA format at this point, and each week I'll probably make a few small comments about some ways that I think you can improve that. And again, you need to read that feedback prior to your next posting if you're going to incorporate that. Encourage you to take a look at the research typology in our course documents for a review of the classifications of research that we've been studying. We've been talking up to this point about empirical and non-empirical studies and the ideas of descriptive and experimental studies. Another way that we can classify studies within experimental and non-experimental classifications is through the type of data methodology that's collected. And this next week, we're going to be thinking about differences in the empirical studies that use either qualitative or quantitative research methodology, and also about program evaluations, which are a particular kind of research study. So my best hope is this next assignment in our reading will give you a chance to think about the ideas of quantitative and qualitative data methodology and how there are differences in those methodologies. So my best hope for you is that you have another great week. Have an excellent week this next week, and please don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions about anything related to the class. Take care, everyone.